The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. Coming straight from the Mouths of Madness, I'm one of the hosts, Lowdown. With me, as always, is...
F.U. Honor. What's up, bitches?
Yeah, what up, punks? I'm just going to say them punks.
You punks, yeah.
Fucking dirtbags.
You fucking dirtbags.
Fucking dirtbags. And that is actually relevant because we're talking about one big old dirtbag tonight.
Yep.
Tonight, on the chopping block, we have Season 1, Episode 6 of Into the Dark series, Treehouse.
Yep.
This one aired on March 1st, 2019. Again, the Hulu series, Into the Dark. We're like I said, we're rolling through these motherfuckers. Get ready. And this one, oh God. The main actor is Jimmy Simpson, and if he didn't learn from his other roles, like Westworld, like fucking Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I was about to throw, like, I know everybody pretty much jumps on it with the Westworld, but
Always Sunny, dude.
He's always going to be what the fuck's their name?
One of the brothers, yeah.
The one who later on he loses an eye and he has the eye patch with an eye.
Oh God,
yeah.
It's he plays a good dirtbag though.
Yeah.
And as we'll find in this film, Treehouse. So
now I will say real quick, he is probably one of the more recognizable of the ones we've done so far. You know, he's probably a more of a recognizable actor compared to some of the other movies.
True.
I wouldn't call him, a big star, but you see and you go, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I was at first, but I was like, also like, hey, I just said, oh, that's the guy from Always Sunny.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, in Westworld. Yeah. He was in Westworld. This one was directed by James Rode Rodriguez, and I have no idea what the fuck else he's done. So there's that. And Jimmy Simpson is, I think, the only actor of note in this.
Yeah.
Nobody
really.
So
the older lady looks sort of familiar, but nothing that I can go, oh, she was in this and that. Like, I don't fucking care. Whatever.
So
we're showing our cards pretty early because we're going, yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Poker face. Poker face. So
let's talk about the fucking movie.
Don't poke the old lady's face. Poke her face. Perverts. So he plays, was it Peter Rake is the character's name? Peter Rake, who is a chef.
He's
celebrity chef.
He's
Emerald.
Yeah, we cut to him and he's like, look, you can boil water. Congratulations. He's talking. Pretty much he's being a dick
Ramsey.
to his...
He's being Ramsey.
He's being a dick to his
Gordon
students.
Ramsay. Yeah. That's all he is.
But we learn he's just not a dick to his students. He's just a fucking dick.
Oh, yeah, because, he basically, has a child from a failed marriage, so he has an ex-wife. His daughter, he doesn't have the greatest relations with. Clearly, he's worried more about being a celebrity chef than spending time with her, even though he named his cutlery line and his restaurant after her, which seems like an easy thing to do. So the daughter's name is Riley, by the way. Seems like an easy thing to do to say, oh, I love you, but, I'm not spending time with you or part of your life. Which, all right, as a child, if you want your parents' attention and you want them to actually be involved, I would give a fuck all about cutlery and a restaurant.
Yeah. You care enough to name shit after me.
Yeah, thank you.
How about a weekend together?
How about you named me, so let's have some time together. And so his ex-wife's getting married, all right? We find out the opening scene, they're at his restaurant, he's trying to do a commercial shit or some stupid shit. I don't remember what the fuck he was trying to do. And Riley's there, and, I think she was asking him if he's going to be at the wedding or whatever. But instead of going to the wedding for his ex-wife, he drops Riley off wherever the fuck, and he takes off to his father's estate.
Yeah.
Where he grew up at. So he's rich as fuck. Like, it's a mansion.
Yeah, he's already a fucking asshole, and he grew up rich, a rich, spoiled fucking kid too.
Like, rich as fuck. Though.
Oh, cool, good.
Yeah.
It's good to see he's never suffered, ever.
Ever.
Cool.
At all.
Yeah.
But he's, literally rich as fuck.
Yeah.
And so
literally, he rolls up in there, and there's still, the maid that's there. The dad's dead, but she still takes care of the house. That's fucking money. When literally you could die, and you still have someone clean up your fucking house.
Yeah.
And you don't even fucking live there anymore. That's fucking money, dude.
You're just paying a bill.
Yeah.
Just here's a bill. Here's a chick. Just clean my
I want to
shit.
be that rich. I want to be like, or after I
wealthy.
die.
That's wealthy. That's not
wealthy.
rich. That's wealth.
Wealthy. I want to be that wealthy that like when I die, I want to be like, all right, I want you to put in Evil Dead 2 in the Blu-ray player every day at 2:00 for the next 10 years, and I'll pay you. I want to be that rich. We're literally just like, because what is she doing? She's only cleaning up after herself.
Yeah. So
Nobody
like
else
the kitchen
fucking lives in
and
the
like her bedroom.
Yeah. So she's
And
just
the bathroom.
there.
Yeah. She's just.
That's what I'm saying. I would give them these tasks. I'd be like, all right, at like 5:00, take one of my masks and reorganize my mask. I would give them tasks and shit like that. But
Yeah. But fuck that. I don't want to be. You know what? I don't want to be that wealthy to where I can pay somebody to do that. I'd rather be the person getting paid to do that.
that is true.
You're in a house, not dealing with any fucking occupants. You have to deal with fucking their bullshit while you're trying to fucking serve them. You're a servant.
What's her name? Agnes.
Agnes. Is
Yeah.
it Agnes or Agatha? One of the two. I don't know.
She looks old as shit though, man.
Oh, she's old.
Yeah, she really should retire.
She got the fucked up eye too. She got that
Yeah.
weird like bug eye like.
Yeah, those bug guys kind of fuck with you because first time you see her too, I was like, "What the fuck?" Is she? Oh, that's I thought she might have been a ghost.
No,
or
that's her look.
No, that's just a creepy
That's her
housekeeper.
So he shows back up and to his old stomping grounds, and there's like a country store outside of I guess the community
That's right.
of the rich motherfuckers, and he rolls in there and he sees this dude and he's working the register and he recognizes him. He went to school with him because the dude's father owned the store and worked there.
Oh, you're talking about Lonnie.
Lonnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the kid took over.
You know what's funny? He looks like a Lonnie.
He looks like a Lonnie.
Yeah, like for some reason the way he's acting, like, hey, how's it going? Like you just see, I don't know any Lonnies. He seems like a Lonnie. I don't know. It's a good name for.
But he's fucking off. He's odd.
Yeah.
He's off. And then
Almost like pampered a little. Like I don't know. Like
you talking about Lonnie?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, they're all fucking pampered. But then like Lonnie's sister shows up, and Peter's always had a crush on her.
Yep.
Never, I guess, went anywhere with it, but always had a crush on her. And then there's some words exchanged, and then Peter rolls onto the house. And when he gets to the house, Agnes, whatever's there, and being creepy as fuck, and he's chilling at the house. Like he starts cooking, doing his thing because he's a chef, and he's all feeling himself. And then ring on the doorbell, and
There's a couple weird things where, like, I remember when he's cooking, though, he opens a drawer, and there's, like, fucking ants and bugs everywhere, which, like, I guess is set up for what happens later on, like, the creatures are in the house, but...
when he starts drinking, so,
yeah, but, like,
know.
kind of makes, the housekeeper look like shit that, like, literally, they got a bit of a bug problem, like, what else are you doing,
What are you
bitch?
doing?
Yeah. Fucking get some raid.
You should know every nook and cranny of my cabinets.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
What else is she doing? She should be able to open the drawer and spray some raid in there before he rolls up in there. I guess some
raid-laden fucking
I guess, but you know what? You open a drawer with a bunch of fucking ants and
labels.
roaches and shit.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah.
Raid-laden ladles.
Raid, no.
This is doorbell rings. He rolls up to the front door, and there's this super adorable college. I think she poses as a college student or something.
Think so, yeah.
And like her and some of her friends are at a house down the road.
Yeah,
they
there's
lost
one of them,
power.
her friend's supposed to get married.
Oh, that's what it was. It was a wedding. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they lost power, so she wanted some candles. And meanwhile, you've gotten this whole feel this entire time that he is like a fucking douche nozzle.
Oh yeah.
Towards women. Okay.
It's not. I mean, what's funny is initially it was just he's a douche nozzle to pretty much everybody he interacts with.
Mm-hmm.
So like you
that's true. I guess at this point you just think he's a douche nozzle.
I mean, he's talking down the entire time he's talking to Lonnie. He's talking down to him.
That is
actually
true.
The only person he doesn't talk down to is his sister
or his daughter. He didn't talk down.
His daughter. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but we're talking. His daughter's in there for what 5 minutes, and we never see her again.
That's true.
So that's not really the. But I'm saying his sister is the only person I feel like he doesn't talk down to until we meet this neighbor that stops by for the candles. And then he
doesn't really talk down to her.
No,
he's just
that's
very.
He's not talking down to her because he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like he's kind of trying to, and then you realize, oh, he'll be nice if he thinks there's something
there. Yeah. So she comes in and somehow he was like he still has power because they had a backup generator because again, fucking rich ass mansion, And so he invites all her friends to
Yeah, they come over
to
for dinner.
dinner. And you make him dinner. So of course, because he's making him dinner,
He's got to show off. Yeah.
it's not because he like wants them to feed them because their power's out. It's because he wants to show off so he can like fuck one of them.
Yeah.
That's kind of where he's at.
Well, not fuck one of them. Fuck the one that initially came over there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he is. Two of them, it's pretty obvious they're getting. These two women are getting married, so he might not have a good chance with them. So
fair.
yeah.
But see, that leads to how he realizes he is a complete, like, not only douche nozzle, but definitely has a certain view of women, which they never go into because they don't really talk about his mom or whatever happened to him to make him lead him that way. Maybe his dad was just an asshole too.
Yeah.
But like, you know, he makes them the food and they're out there drinking and, you know, he's getting pretty lit and he makes some derogatory remarks about one of them's ethnicity, and then he makes another derogatory remark about the maid or the talking
about who's gonna spoon with him tonight.
Yeah, and like all this weird shit, and then like
creeper
he goes in there to make the dessert. He brings the dessert out, and then it was a cultural dessert based around one of the people that were there. He made a comment there, so he's just like not very aware of the shit he's saying.
Yeah, there's some scenes where there's a lot of groaning. You're like, God damn, dude, shut the fuck up.
What is wrong
Somebody
with you?
cut him off.
Yeah,
and he thinks he's being charming, and they're all looking at each other like, fuck this dude.
But then he starts to notice that there's a tattoo, like a Celtic, like intertwined, like stick thing, this Celtic symbol on their wrists of one of them, and he kind of looks around and he sees they all have it right before he passes out.
Yep.
And he wakes up in his boxers on the bed, chained. Right?
Yep. Yeah. He's I don't think he was chained, but he can't move. He's like paralyzed.
He's paralyzed. That's what it is.
So pretty much chained, but just invisible chains. Like he can't move. Like he's like, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess one of the girls shows up and is kind of talking to him seductively, and like, but then the other women behind show up, and then that girl gets up and it's like, we're here to pretty much fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then at one point he manages to get up. And there's like a peacock roaming through the house.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I don't know. Okay, this movie gets really weird. So so you didn't know it was the women at first because they were wearing masks and cloaks. That's what it was.
Yeah.
When they first showed up, they were wearing masks and cloaks. You know, it was the women that he had over for dinner. They were kind of fucking with him hard first, and then it comes out that was the women. And they ultimately did this because he didn't do something fucked up to each of them. He did something fucked up to one of them.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what was it?
It's coven rules, dude. You fuck with one of us, then we all...
Yeah, but what was it he did to the one? Like, she was really into him, and I don't think this is when and we're talking like, it's back to when he was a kid living there, because they had this, it's called Treehouse because there's this treehouse.
One of their connecting friends that was part of the coven actually killed herself because of stuff he did.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So this was all set up. This isn't an accident that they were there, next door to him and all the stuff, and that they had dinner with him. All this was planned out because when he does wake up and they're fucking with him at first, and they reveal, we're going to make you pay for pretty much, what you did to one of our sisters. We are, and he's like, you fucking crazy bitches, and like, no, witches, not bitches. And that's when they start kind of throwing out some, they are showing their abilities, I guess is the best way to do it. Making shit explode and like stabbing him in the hand, and then it disappears and it's not there. And a bunch of shit to be like, yeah, you fucked with the wrong chick, and now we're going to make you pay for it.
And it all ties into this childhood treehouse that was in the rich-ass mansion neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Like, something happened in there because that's why it's called Treehouse.
Well, then when he eventually escapes, and that's where he runs into Lonnie, who's supposed to help, and then Lonnie reaches out to his sister. Mm-hmm. And then you find out
the sister is
part of that because she's like, you're a fucking asshole. He then makes it, I guess, he's in the car where she reveals it. Then they show up again, blow out the fucking windows to the car using their powers, right? He then runs to the treehouse. In the treehouse is where we find out where he had raped the sister years ago, and she had been traumatized. and they literally posted photos and all the shit because he's got a track record. This isn't his first go around.
That's right. He's riding with his sister, but he doesn't remember that he actually raped her, and it wasn't consensual.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so, but you find out when he gets to Treehouse, this isn't just a one-time deal. He had pretty much just had a history of this. So he is a level 10 scumbag. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a scumbag, but this is a level 10. He's done, and he's used his money and his power to never, ever get convicted, never get caught, just destroy women's lives in order to get away with what he's done. And this is why they're fucking with him. They're like, no, all the money in the world's not going to fucking save you. We have supernatural abilities. We will fucking kill you. They get to the point where they pretty much just break him down to where, like, he realizes what he's done. He has a complete breakdown. Kind of that Scrooge moment where, like, give me one more chance. Give me one more chance.
Yeah.
And so they go, all right, we're going to back the fuck away. You get your chance. But just know this, we're always around. And they show they show the tattoos, and they explain, like, the Covenant's not just that group. They're everywhere.
Well, they do that so he wakes up and he thinks that it's just it was a nightmare, right? But it still jarred him, right? So one thing he notices, the picture's different, because one of the pictures showed a woman in like a cloak, but when he woke up, it was like a picture of like an elk on a hill.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute, the fuck? And it's a giant picture. Like, I don't know of anybody that, even if a group, could actually pick that up and move that. If I remember correctly, it was like a giant fucking image. Now, it probably weighed hundreds of pounds.
This is where you should have ended the movie right there. This witch coven, they use their abilities. They
not just right here. There were some good scenes after he leaves the house. So he leaves the house. He's running, like, he did fuck with him. He goes to his ex's wedding, like, or it was right after the wedding.
Yeah.
Somewhere, and he goes and apologizes.
It's the Scrooge moment, yeah.
Yeah, he goes and apologizes to his ex for being a fucking asshole, and then he hugs his daughter, and instead of saying, like, in the beginning of the movie when he hugs his daughter, he's like, you mean, you're the most, you mean the most to me, this and that. But you kind of get that it's him trying to just say the thing that gets him out of the thing, so it's a, you know what I mean?
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this, he like holds her, he squeezes her and says, you are precious. Not to me. He just said in general, you are precious. And that shows like a different understanding of, if there's something you love, it's not like just to you, the world gets this. Like, you are just you are just awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it really showed that he had changed. And like I said, also telling the wife, like, I am sorry. It was all me, this and that. And that's where, like, it's almost at the ending. Where it should have ended, because then it flashes to him leaving, and he's backing out of the driveway. He's walking to his car, or either that or he's backing out of the driveway, and he passes by someone making the delivery for the wedding. It's right before the wedding. That's what it was.
Okay.
Because he was only there at night, and the wedding was the next day, and he went there the next day, right?
Okay.
And the delivery woman, who's delivering like wine or something, he notices the same tattoo, and as she's passing him, she says, "We're always watching."
That's right. And
then when he gets his car and gets in the driveway, he's like, "Fuck," and then drives away. That would have been the end. That should have been the end.
Should have been.
But
But they had to have their Kaiser Sose moment, and this is where the movie. It's a slow movie. There's stuff you can never cut out, but god damn it, you can get away with saying that supernatural elements exist in this world. It's Into the Dark. A lot of the other movies have supernatural elements. But they can't do that here, because then they go back and they over-explain, no, they used trickery. They drugged his food. They used a drug to make sure he was paralyzed as not a spell.
And hallucinatory effects, too.
They used pyrotechnics for the the flames. They used trick stuff here, there, everywhere. And so you're just like, okay, so they don't have these abilities, and they're just hoping that he buys in that they do have these abilities and that they're always watching him. And you're like, you don't need to do that.
No.
And I wouldn't say that I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, but any part of it that I liked about addressing, someone who was a serial, like, he was getting away with shit and women taking a stand, I fucking support.
Yeah.
What I don't support is the going, but look what we did. Haha. Like, you don't need to do that. You could just have them witches. He fucked up. He fucking, he drove one of them to kill themselves, and he fucked with the wrong group of women. Nope. We got to show they had a whole explanation for every single thing. It was unnecessary.
And the thing is,
it puts this, to me, bottom of the barrel when it comes to the series.
This is definitely one of the bottom ones because
it's so disappointing.
It's a horror series. That means you get to embellish on it. Like, by you taking that away, this didn't need to be Into the Dark.
Yeah.
It could have been it could have been told somewhere else without adding the horror element and then taking it away.
It's almost like a Lifetime horror movie is the best way I could put it. Like, it's trying to set up a lesson, and then it just loses itself. Like, look, the whole theme of it is International Women's Month.
Day. Yeah. Women's Month, excuse me.
Yeah. So, like, the theme is this guy is a piece of shit, and he gets what he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely support that theme. It's just, you, like you said, just cut it. We'll always be watching you. Credits. But they couldn't get away with that. And that's it's
Did it need a certain time mark to be a movie?
There's certain movies that the ending just kills the whole appeal of the movie, and this is one of those.
It's definitely
where
one of them.
You didn't have to do that, you did it anyway. So it's down at the bottom now, just because of that.
And for just to piggyback off that, for those who don't know, March is International Women's Month. The actual day was last week. I forget which actual day. Well, from when you're hearing this, it was like 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But we wanted to finish out the month. March, obviously, St. Patty's Day. Yeah. Hey, me leprechaun, hee, and killing and green and all this stuff. But no, March also has another, celebrated and supported day.
Yep.
And the fact that Into the Dark utilized that instead of just focusing on St. Patty's Day for both seasons so far.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. They were like, no, that's a thing that it's in March, and we'll take that. Now I am waiting for next February to be a black noir style horror movie because they haven't done that for February yet.
It's coming.
They've done Valentine's Day for both seasons.
Yeah.
Well, no, all 3 seasons because they did drop one. They came back out in February, and that was a Valentine's Day one too.
Yep. Still
not seeing any black horror. I'm just saying. What the fuck? What's up with that?
Sorry, the shortest month.
Yeah. I gotta piggyback on Bill Burr with that. Why the fuck didn't Black History Month be like July? But anyway, this movie could have been where it was at prior to the last 4 minutes. It was at least a solid 5.5 for me as far as the entire series. I'll give it 5. Because if I didn't know that ending was gonna happen, I would probably rewatch it.
There's a few things I don't know. For me, the hitting you over the head of how much he's an asshole at the beginning of the movie, I think could have been established in one scene as opposed to the 5 scenes that take about 30 minutes to explain.
But it shows him in different environments being an asshole, which shows that look. I know people that could be assholes here, but don't show it here.
Right.
And that's tricksy. You see, it tricks the people over here thinking he's a great person. It's showing how he's just a fucking asshole.
I'm just saying, once he rolls up to his dad's, estate, and you see how he grew up, you don't have to show him being an asshole anymore because we already filled in all the blanks. Yeah, he was a spoiled rich kid.
He's an entitled asshole.
So anything where it shows him being an asshole after that, we're like, yeah, duh, he was fucking spoiled. Again, the housekeeper's still there, and the dad's been dead for how many years? Fuck.
So,
I'd say, and that's how severe that ending affected me. As of the ones we've done, I would definitely it's at the bottom of them.
Yeah, it's at the bottom. This in no way passes the chopping block. It got run over before it hit the fucking chopping block.
I would like someone to take the theme of this movie and make a strong movie. Keep it supernatural. Keep the theme of this guy fucking gets his just desserts. For all the fucked up shit he did.
So here we go. Might not be as far as for one individual guy, but some people have argued that that's what Jennifer's Body did for empowered women in horror, and I'm like, that movie can fuck off. I fucking hate that movie.
That's
another thing.
I sound like we got on the chopping block one because I got some opinions of that movie that seem a little bit opposite of yours, but we will get in that down the road.
Oh God. All right. So yep, both of us are in agreement on this one. If they just stopped it 4 minutes sooner, it would be it would probably be a whole different ending to the episode. But they didn't, and that's just Someone editing. That's editing. There you go.
Yeah.
That's an editing problem. The editor should be like, no, you just stop it here. But no, stop it. Stop it here. And let us know what you think. If you've been watching Into the Dark series and have been keeping up with the ones we've talked about so far, if you haven't and you go back and you start watching it, like I said, we've already released like 2 or 3 episodes doing reviews on the individual movies. They're thematic to the month. It's on Hulu. I feel like everybody's pretty much got every streaming service available now because who the fuck wants to pay for cable?
Yeah. Well, plus with Hulu, like if you have Disney Plus, like you can do the package, have it.
You save money, yeah.
If you have Sprint, it's still free to have. Like Sprint pays for Hulu, so just a few things to get Hulu. So
exactly. Hit us up, lowdownbrown.gui@gmail.com. Let us know. Let us know your opinion on this. Let us know if you enjoyed the ending, and let us know why you enjoyed the ending, because there might be something we're missing.
Please.
Of why it's of why it was important they had that part in the ending.
And I don't want any M. Night Shyamalan Bing Bang, any like I like twist bullshit, all right?
Yeah, that twist was terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, and as always, go to GUIPodcast.com, go to the links page. You can check out our sponsors there. We've got links to them. We've got first link on the page is Amazon.com. Click the link, go to Amazon.com, and just shop like normal through our link. It costs nothing extra to you, but it gives us a little kickback, and the whole entire network will greatly appreciate it. And our second would be TeePublic. This is where all our merch is at. Again, go to GUIPodcast.com. Go click links on the top right. It is the second link on the page. Go through there. We've got like 40 designs. Every show on the network has at least 2, some 3 plus. And then there's also some fun ones thrown in there just for shits and giggles that were related to episodes throughout the different shows under the network. And again, GUIPodcast.com. Check out all the shows under the network. We have something for everybody. Different flavors, fit your needs. We try to, we're a network, so we try definitely to encompass a lot of things, but still within a nerddom, because everyone's got a nerd.
That's right.
That's how that works. And until we talk to you again, stay safe.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com.
In a world ravaged by movie studios that keep rehashing the same things, only one podcaster has the guts to make it even worse. Join Mike the Hobbit as he traverses the internet to bring you some of the best and worst ideas for reboots, remakes, and reimaginings of some of your favorite and least favorite TV and film properties. Ideas like a John Waters He-Man movie, Fantastic Four the musical, and Aliens, done entirely with marionettes. What podcast would bring this evil upon the world? This is Smack My Pitch Up. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.
Hey guys, Scotty Big Daddy Preston here, that's right, the Geek Father, asking you to join me here every other week with friends and family of the GUI Network as we go through all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent. So remember, join us or cry.
My name is Amy Bogard.
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
And we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.